Hello and welcome to the channel Seen with Chips. If you haven't been here before, then welcome, and please consider subscribing and pressing the bell button so that you can be notified of videos that I'm making throughout the year. If you have been here before, then welcome back, and I really do appreciate your support. Now, I'm sorry that there hasn't been any videos over the last few weeks. That's because I've been lucky enough to be on holiday. I went over to the States for a few weeks to Fort Lauderdale and down Florida Keys to get some sunshine, and the weather was nice over there. The weather in the UK in January and February is dire. It's cold, it's damp, it's miserable, and so the idea of going over there was just to get a little bit of warmth into your bones and get some sunshine. But what we're going to do today is just another of the how-to videos. I've had a few in the bank that I've been waiting to put up, but obviously while I've been away I haven't had time to do it. So this is another quick how-to that I hope it helps you. But just before I go, just a piece of information that I think I found quite interesting. Do you know, in Las Vegas, but fair enough, I've just been to America and I was reading something over there. In Las Vegas, do you know there are more Catholic churches than there are casinos? And because of this, what tends to happen is when people go to church on Sunday, they drop casino chips into the collection plate, which is really, you think, well, how is that going to help? And then what happens is all the churches collate all these chips and take them to a Franciscan monastery, and the monks there, they go around to all the individual casinos and cash in those chips. And believe it or not, these monks are called the chipmunks. I'm here all week. Okay, let's get going.
Some of you may be just watching this because you're going to put a heel shifter.
Let's start again.
Watching this because you want to put a heel shifter back onto your bike. So obviously this is the heel shifter and you've just got the toe on. What you might have on the end of the shaft is a cover that goes on the end of the shaft, and the problem that you've got right now is the fact that you can't get this cover off. This isn't, I'll just point this out, this isn't actually the cover for the end because it's actually too big. This is actually a cylinder head cover, which goes up here. Steve can show you that. So it actually sits on there. It's just one of the old ones, but we can just use this just to help you out. Now the problem you might have is that you're putting your Allen key into the end of it, and it's turning, and it's a real common
and
fault.
That is the problem I had with, I just got a new bike, and it had no heel shifter, because Harley Davidson now, they used to have a heel shifter on the bike when you bought it, but they decided to leave that off the bike. But it's now in the catalogue.
Yeah,
so it's an extra cost. Yeah.
Exactly.
So obviously I wanted to get a heel shifter for my bike, but I had this end cap on.
Yep.
And I couldn't get the damn thing off.
So you've got a brand new one there, Steve, and you still can't get that off. So our little tip, a little secret tip that we've got, and it can be a little bit tricky, but Steve's actually managed to do it himself. So we thought we'd show what you is.
Yeah, but I did it because I rang you up first and said, how do I do it?
Exactly. so normally the orientation is this little screw is pointing a bit backwards like that. If you're unlucky, it's pointing down, but you can still tip the bike over and get the wife to hold it for you, or lay the wife down and just lay your bike
lay the bike on it. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to slag us off with this, aren't they? So what you need to do is get a very small drill and literally just drill up the middle of the Allen key there. Drill it very carefully. Drill it. You find the heat of the drill and everything will loosen it off, so you can just keep waggling it a bit, and then you'll find you can just take it off. It does mean that this then becomes bin.
Yeah,
it's rubbish then after that, but it does get it off.
Well, the issue I had with mine was that I could get it to the point where I drilled it and I could turn it, but it wouldn't come off the splines.
Yep.
So fortunately, with being able to turn it that way, I could put the Allen key out section on the top and drill downwards, and just a short short drill in there, and then it just popped off. Oh, just like that.
Just like that. straight
Just like
into
that,
the
yeah.
but it does apply. It is one of these things. These even go on, even like on the swinging arm pivot here. This particular bike's got one on. Same thing again. It's exactly the same thing. We have this issue numerous times. Axle covers, the same thing. The bolts underneath, they rot in. You can't get them off. If you're not clever, if you're just lucky, sometimes we drill them out and we just tap them a little bit bigger and put a different size grub screw in the bottom of them, and we reuse them. On the bigger ones, it's when you get to the very small ones, which these are, even obviously the smaller than these, then they just go in the bin. But usually if you're putting the heel back on or whatever, you don't want it anyway, so it's going in the bin anyway.
Yeah.
Hope that helps you.
Yeah, it's a useful tip, and as I've experienced it myself.
Yeah.
And so it is a common problem.
Yep, definitely one to just be aware of.
Yeah.
And if you're putting them on, and if you're fitting these for the first time and they're brand new, just put a bit of Vaseline or a bit of grease on the thread when you put it in from brand new, and then you won't have the problem in the future. It won't rot in there.
Right, great tip. Okay.